Existential therapy applied to the case of Stan. The author is an existentially oriented therapist that counsels Stan with the assumption that he has the capacity to increase his self awareness and decide for himself the future direction of his life. The author wants him to realize, more than anything else, that he does not have to be the victim of his past conditioning, but can be the architect in redesigning his future. He can free himself of his deterministic shackles and accept the responsibility that comes with directing his own life. This approach emphasizes the importance of the author's understanding of Stan's world, primarily by establishing an authentic relationship as a means to a fuller degree of self understanding. Stan is demonstrating what Sartre would call bad faith. By not accepting personal responsibility, the author confronts Stan with the ways in which he is attempting to escape from his freedom through alcohol and drugs. Eventually, he challenged Stan's passivity. He reaffirmed that he is now entirely responsible for his life, for his action, and for his failure to take action. The author invites Stan to explore the meaning and purpose in his life. Is there any reason for him to want to continue living? What are some of the projects that enrich his life? What can he do to find a sense of purpose that will make him feel more significant and alive? Ulit. Stan needs to accept the reality that he may at times feel alone. Choosing for himself and living from one's own center accentuates the experience of aloneness. He is not, however, condemned to a life of isolation, alienation from others, and loneliness. The author hopes to help Stan discover his own centeredness and live by the value he chooses and create for himself. By doing so, Stan can become a more substantial person and come to appreciate himself more.
Summary and evaluation. As human, according to the existentialist view, we are capable of self-awareness, which is the distinctive capacity that allows us to reflect and to decide. With this awareness, we become free beings who are responsible for choosing the way we live, and we influence our own destiny. This awareness of freedom and responsibility gives rise to existential anxiety, which is another basic human characteristic. Whether we like it or not, we are free, even though we may seek to avoid reflecting on this freedom. The knowledge that we must choose, even though the outcome is not certain, leads to anxiety. This anxiety is heightened when we reflect on the reality that we are mortal. Facing the inevitable prospect of eventful death gives the present moment significance, for we become aware that we do not have forever to accomplish our projects. Our task is to create a life that has meaning and purpose. As human, we are unique in that we strive forward, fashioning purposes and values that gives meaning to living. Whatever meaning our life has is developed through freedom and a commitment to make choices in the face of uncertainty. Existential therapy places central prominence on the person-to-person relationship. It assumes that client growth occurs through this genuine encounter. It is not the techniques a therapist uses that makes a therapeutic difference. Rather, it is the quality of the client-therapist relationship that heals. Existential therapists are fellow travelers, and as such, they strive to be authentic and self-disclosing in their therapy work. Because this approach focuses on the goal of therapy, basic conditions of being human, and the therapy as a shared journey, practitioners are not bound by specific techniques. Although existential therapists may apply techniques from other orientations, their interventions are guided by a philosophical framework about what it means to be human.
The existential approach has helped bring the person back into central focus. It concentrates on the central facts of human existence, self consciousness, and our consequent freedom. To the existentialist goes the credit for providing a new view of death as a positive force, not a morbid prospect to fear, for death gives life meaning. What client need is some assistance in surveying the terrain and deciding on the right route so that they can again find their way. The aim of existential work is to assist people in developing their talents in their own personal way, helping them in being true to what they value.
The following are the limitations and criticisms of the existential approach.